Well, this morning, two senators are launching an investigation into whether your tax dollars are being used to fund PR operations, basically, for some of the president's policies that he wants to promote. And the two people who are working on this are Democrat Claire McCaskill and Republican Rob Portman from Ohio. They're teaming up on this investigation, and Senator Rob Portman joins me now. He is the ranking member on the subcommittee on contracting oversight. Senator, good morning. Good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
So this is an investigation into 11 federal agencies. What exactly prompted this? What was your concern?
Well, it's a long-standing concern. We've had some hearings on this issue, and the question is, what are they paying for public relations services? Let's let the American people know. Sometimes it's legitimate to help educate the public about something that the government is doing and something that affects consumers, particularly the taxpayers, but often it's spin. And that's the question, is how much of it is spin, how much of it is inappropriate. Examples would be the stimulus. You remember all those signs we all saw on the highway, and they're still out there. One was in my community in Cincinnati, Ohio, saying, this is your stimulus dollars at work. Was that worth the millions of dollars that was put into those signs? And the health care law is another example. There's been, a lot of advertising and so on about the health care law. To the extent it's informational, I think it's appropriate, actually, to help people to understand the bill. But to the extent it's political spin, it's not appropriate. And we're just trying to decipher, and this is a bipartisan request, decipher, what is appropriate and what is not.
Yeah, looking back, President Bush got some heat in a similar vein for the promotion of No Child Left Behind. People said that was PR and not public education. It can be kind of it can be a very fine line, this issue.
Yeah, it can. And again, this is a bipartisan request. It's not a partisan exercise. It's an opportunity for the American people to understand what's being spent of their tax dollars on public relations, and what part of it is appropriate and what part of it is not. And so I think it'll be very helpful just to bring this to the light of day and to have a little analysis of it. There have been some reports out on it that have been critical, and so we want to get to the bottom of it.
So you've asked 11 different federal agencies to give you the information, the documentation to back up the legitimacy of these expenditures and to prove to you and your committee that these are not public, that these are not PR, these are really education programs that they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for. What's the response from these agencies been so far?
Well, we'll see. We have given them until mid-March to get back to us. We've asked for information that should be readily available. So we haven't heard back from any yet. We just sent the request out this week. But I assume that we'll get a good response. I think agencies are happy to be given the opportunity to explain why public relations services are necessary. And again, to the extent it's educating the public about something that's important to them, I think that's appropriate. But to the extent it's out there selling a political agenda, really spin, I think it's inappropriate.
Gotcha.
And we're just trying to decipher what agencies are doing. If it's good stuff, that's fine. But if it's not, we need to know about it, and the American taxpayer needs to know about it.
All right, Senator Rob Portman, good to talk to you this morning, sir. I know you're enthusiastic about Mitt Romney's numbers.
I liked your numbers I just heard on the air. I'm the chairman in Ohio, and promoting him as the guy who I think can win in the fall and would be the best president. So
some people say that you're on the short list for VP if he does win in the fall, if he wins the nomination. What do you say about that?
I'm happy where I am. I just got elected to the Senate. I think I can help him a lot here. We've got a lot to get done, tax reform and the budget deficit and other things. So I hope he wins, and I hope we can begin to turn things around. And Ohio is, the next key state.
All right. Guess we'll have more on that later then. Senator, thank you so much. Good to see you as
Martha.
always.
Take care.
Well, you could argue that on